Mamdani's New York is turning out to be quite the shitty snowstorm that smells like poop. I'm Tal the Traveling Cloud, your sweet Zionist prince. Let's get right into what the hell is going on. New Yorkers are blasting Mayor Kwame Mamdani after seeing another homeless person dead in the streets. Let's take a look.
Hey, Zohan Mamdani, you got another person right there on the floor, dead from the cold. This is what your government did, all right? This is what you guys did. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Another dead fucking person on the street, Mamdani. You fucking cocksucker. Hey, Zohan Mamdani.
The problem is, considering everything that's been going on in New York the last couple weeks, I haven't seen the outrage I thought I would. I have seen a bunch of Jews outraged. Granted, they were outraged before he even won. I've seen some uppity New Yorkers outraged, but the communists aren't outraged. They're kind of just accepting the fact that their life is going to be full of trash and snow now.
Get out, okay. That's good. Get out of here. All right, okay. Where are these guys going? Hey, come on. Hey. Get out, okay. That's good. Get out of here. All right, okay. I guess a few people will pay to come up and see this viewing site. As of this morning, 16 of our fellow New Yorkers have passed away outside during this brutal stretch of cold.
I thought this was a fake video. What the hell? That's real?
Continuing to do everything in our power to get every New Yorker into a shelter where they will be warm.
No way.
Where's the mayor to clean this up?
I thought this was
garbage
fake.
Everywhere, dirty snow. What do you do with this? Where's your shovel now, Mamdani?
Wow, I was about to even give him the benefit of the doubt and say, oh, you know what? That it's not his. Like that, this video was cut wrong. This video was cut badly to make him look bad. This is maybe AI. Holy shit, that was a real video. Unless I'm being duped right now by AI, that I don't think I am. Wow, that's horrible. What a horrible person.
Welcome back. We've been told for years that you can't talk about expansionist Islam because it is somehow Islamophobic. And everybody told me when I warned about expansionist Islam that I was silly, if not Islamophobic, because I didn't understand how peaceful Islam is. Well, New York City Mayor Zohan Mamdani told us straight out of the Quran just how expansionist Islam works.
I consider my own faith, Islam, a religion built upon a narrative of migration. The story of the Hijrah reminds us that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a stranger too, who fled Mecca and was welcomed in Medina. Surah An-Nahl 1642 tells us, as for those who immigrated in the cause of Allah after being persecuted, we will surely bless them with a good home in this world.
With us now, Dalia Ziada, Middle East scholar and DC coordinator for the Institute for the Study of Global Anti-Semitism and Policy, originally from Egypt. Dalia, it's good to see you. Does America understand what those who follow the Quran, expansionist Islam, are to do once they come to America or to Europe?
Actually, unfortunately, most of Americans are, every time, not only Americans, but Westerners in general, every time they try to criticize what they see as a challenge to their culture, to their identity, from some radical and political Islamists like the Muslim Brotherhood, the Wahhabis, and all those who want to destroy the West from within according to their blueprints and strategies that they wrote with their own hands and was later discovered by U.S. courts and
let me ask a question here. What was Mamdani really saying? What is that story from the Quran? Why should we pay attention to it?
Actually, this statement is very dangerous, especially given the context in which Mamdani was saying it, because invoking the story of hijrah or migration at the same time when he's speaking about ICE, which in this context represents law enforcement, is kind of trying to bring back the story or the history of the story of hijrah or migration at the time of the Prophet, that honestly, as a liberal Muslim, I look at it and I see it was a very shameful and bloody episode in our history. And it really disturbed me.
What
also
is the
as
story?
a Muslim. The story is basically about the Muslims who were persecuted by some of the tribes that rejected Islam at the early days of Islam. So Prophet Muhammad took these few Muslims and went to another city in the Arabian Peninsula, which is Medina. Medina was very diverse, especially religion-wise. There were a lot of Jewish tribes there, very successful. And a few years after they settled in Medina, they launched a war on all the other faiths, including especially the Jewish tribes, which were very powerful there in order to enforce the Islam.
That's what Mamdani says. Yeah, that's what Mamdani says should happen, or that is the blueprint that he lays out for how New York should look at things. Dahlia, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you for watching.
So there you go. I mean, you get it straight from the horse's mouth. Dahlia, our Muslim friend here, explains to us exactly what Mamdouki is looking to accomplish in New York City. And it seems to be nothing but, at the very least, Islamic colonization of York Jdida. At this point, we'll call it York Jdida.
But first, let's start in New York, where the mayor is dodging blame for the mismanagement that has seen 15 homeless people dying due to hypothermia. But Zoran Mamdani is choosing to opine about immigration policy, and he believes we have lessons to learn from the Prophet.
I consider my own faith, Islam, a religion built upon a narrative of migration. The story of the Hijrah reminds us that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a stranger too, who fled Mecca and was welcomed in Medina. Surah An-Nahl 1642 tells us, "As for those who immigrated in the cause of Allah after being persecuted, we will surely bless them with a good home in this world." Or as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Islam began as something strange and will go back to being strange. So glad tidings to the strangers."
Douglas, I feel like he left out a few pertinent facts there, like what happened in Medina or how Islam spread from continent to continent, from Africa to Europe.
There's quite a lot left out there, Rita, isn't there? But I mean, firstly, it is rather strange hearing any politician, not least the mayor of New York, talking like this. I mean, it's like a sermon, really. And because of attitudes towards faith in America, like in most countries, we tend to keep personal faith out of politics. Zoran Mamdani is clearly, ostentatiously trying to introduce his faith into politics, and is doing so, of course, as we saw there, in a very sort of dishonest way, frankly. It's not the case that the founder of Islam was just a sort of migrant roaming around the Arabian Peninsula, cast out and, effectively sort of seeking to cross the southern border of the United States and do some gardening work or something. It's not just dishonest. But there's something slightly sinister about it, frankly, because as you say, Rita, the actual story of the spread of Islam is not one of a sort of peaceful caravan of people sort of crossing over a border and asking if they can work off the books and do a bit of Deliveroo work.
Yeah, unfortunately for Zoran Mamdouki, that's not the story of Islam, the colonization of Islam at all. It's actually the story of the erasure of many indigenous cultures across the Middle East, violently establishing mosques, masjids, and madrasas on top of already holy sites to many different faiths. Now, this is not to demonize the entire faith of Islam. It's not to demonize all Muslims, but it is to say that if you're going to present what happened in the spread of Islam, maybe presented truthfully, Finding out when free buses start now that Mamdani won.
Excuse me, sir, I have a question. So I saw on the bus it said, and I see the sign that says fares required. I thought the buses were supposed to be free now because, Mamdani just won.
That's funny. That's a good one.
When does that start?
That's never gonna stop.
Never gonna happen? All right,
fucking
well, I want to say I appreciate what you do, my guy.
funny.
All right, have a good one, my guy. Listen, you are the heart and soul, the backbone of New York. Stay safe.
I don't care if you come on for free. I got you.
W man, thank you, bro. Have a good one.
I've been doing free buses before, Mamdani. I'm the man.
Yes, sir. All right, you got to run for the next election. I'll vote for you.
I fucking love that. That's fantastic. That's really good. Yeah, not only have the buses, from what I've understood, not been free, they've actually gone up in price. Mamdani has now requested money twice from the people who voted him in. And I think the MTA is scheduled, don't quote me on that, but I believe the MTA is scheduled to go up in price again. So this is great.
New York's lifeguards keep us safe around the water. While you might think about lifeguarding as a summer job, we actually start hiring for them in the winter. It's a great way to make a difference in New York City, and we need lifeguards. Lifeguard qualifying tests are held across all 5 boroughs throughout the winter, but February 28th is the last day to sign up. To qualify, you have to be at least 16 by July 18th of this year. Pass the vision exam. Be able to swim 50 yards in 50 seconds or less with proper form. Because more lifeguards means kids learning how to swim, adults getting their laps in the morning, and everyone having a better, safer, and more fun summer by the water. To find out more information and sign up for a qualifying test, visit this website.
It's like New York elected their TikTok mayor in. It's so fucking stupid. I don't even know why my team sent this. It's like not even that offensive, but just it's like when you look at this, you're like, what? New York voted in. They didn't vote in, but it says a lot about society. It says a lot about New York City. It says a lot about both. It says about where we're heading as a society. You can pull off a retarded TikTok campaign, and but Jesus, you're gonna be voted in as mayor of fucking the most powerful city in the world. Two weeks have passed since the snowstorm in NYC. Here's the aftermath. Somebody needs to make merch that says the warmth of collectivism. Mamdani 2026. Wow, I've never seen New York like this. I said this before. I only lived in New York for a year, and it did snowstorm. We had snow squalls. We had a blizzard when I was there. There was like I've seen a snow hurricane thing that happened once when I was in New York. I've never seen it like this. Never like that. Something's off. But I wonder what it is. I wonder what the hell did they change to make that happen? Here is Zohar Mamdani is being very charitable about missing his Astoria neighbors. One thing I've never missed is hearing full conversations across paper-thin walls. Read the full statement below. My wife Rama and I have made the decision to move into Gracie Mansion in January. We will miss much about our home in Astoria, cooking dinner side by side in our kitchen, hearing music and laughter vibrate through the walls of the apartment. Can you imagine what kind of neighbor Zohar Mamdani is? Probably not a good one. If we're being honest, probably not a good one. There's probably a lot of Allahu Akbar, like playing through his Amazon, like through his Alexa. Hey Alexa, can you play Allahu Akbar? Jesus Christ. God help the city of New York, folks. I wish you guys the best. I'll see you in the next one. I love you a long time. Goodbye, Klats. Man, these comment sections are insane. What do you mean? Literally every comment is just like making fun of Jewish people, saying some stupid shit like it was promised to them 3,000 years ago, kicked out of 109 countries, white colonizers, and then a bunch of Jews in the comment section getting triggered and calling it anti-Semitism. It's bringing me down. Okay, well here, take this. What's this? It's a white colonizer shirt from thetravelingclat.com. And here, take a matching hat. Why do you want me to wear this? Because when we laugh in their faces, it triggers them more. Like for example, my grandparents were kicked out of Baghdad, Iraq. Right. So guess what? I'm yo Baghdadi. Get it? And boom, here's a hat with a kube on it. So you're saying when they make fun of us, just wear it? Precisely. What will trigger the stupid pro-pallies more than you proudly joining the 109 club for being kicked out of 109 countries? Or are you openly embracing being a white colonizer? Or even just acknowledging that everything was promised to you 3,000 years ago? Don't run from it. Embrace it. Bet. TheTravelingClat.com. Embrace the meme, embrace the Jew hatred, and laugh in their face. TheTravelingClat.com. If you don't want to buy any merchandise, the best way to support me is by donating on Buy Me a Coffee, my PayPal, or becoming a member on my Patreon. Your support is very much needed and very much appreciated. Thank you.